This is what will be on the board. I added a little bit onto the surface areas because I didn't have pyramid coming up there yesterday. And I moved the volume formulas down a little bit. But spheres are up here. This doesn't apply to us. Allison's house is over there. Okay, so yeah, spheres, I guess that's actually by far the easiest surface.
Wait, you're erasing all that for the test, right?
No. Where have you been? We've been talking about this.
They've been up all week.
Well, a couple days ago, he said he was gonna erase them, but I guess he changed his mind. I think he said that Monday or Tuesday.
No.
He didn't. He said we would be.
Oh, and you're just deleting. You're so.
I did say yesterday you could copy it onto a piece of paper if you wanted to.
Oh, there it is. I was looking for the sphere stuff.
Anyways, so 4 pi r squared. Now, those formulas aren't necessarily completely helpful if you don't know what they mean. So, this one's not too bad though. What's the r, what's the radius going to be on number 1? 4. So don't plug in 8, you will get it wrong. And unlike the worksheet, it's okay if you leave the pi on this. Okay, number 1, not too worried about. Number 2, yeah, a little more concerning. It's not quite a cube. But what would this shape be called though? Rectangular prism. Or a square, actually you could call it a square prism because even though I didn't draw it like it, it does say 9 and 9 right there. The bottom, the base is a square, but technically rectangular prism is also correct. All right, so the formula over there, should I put it? Yeah, that's probably the best I can do actually. Says this. But what's this stand for? Base area. And on this prism, what is the base? Yeah, it's the square down here. Or might be, I think on the test it might be no, I think it's a square on the test too. It's a square down here. So how do I find the square base? 9 times 9. It's finding the area of the base, really. So it's like how many little squares fit inside here. So on a square, that would be 9 times 9. That's the base area. Okay. For the lateral area up there, if you look at the middle column, it says pH. Okay, what do I mean by perimeter?
Like all the sides, length of the side back together.
It means the distance around the base, the perimeter of the base. So it's 9 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. 36. Okay, yeah, capital H stands for the height of the prism, so that is 7. Make sure you show your work, that way if you make a tiny mistake, I'll know why, and I can give you partial credit. If you just throw out a number and I have no idea how you got it, I can't really justify that. Or maybe you did everything right, except you like hit the wrong button on the calculator. You got it wrong, so.
That would suck.
That happens quite a bit, I imagine. Huh?
Did you say the problem right?
No, I'd take a point or two off. But you'd still get most of the credit. Each of these will probably be worth like 6 points, so. Has anybody plugged that in yet? No? That'd be 162.
Plus 36.
Plus 210 plus 42. Oh, 436, I was gonna say. I might make the labeling worth a few points.
You should make a bonus.
No, not bonus. So that'd be like meters. Maybe I should put a bonus on there though. I could do one of those weird shapes where they put like a cylinder together with a something. Like they put a pyramid on top of the, like so it's like a house. I could do that for a bonus maybe. Might need to make it a little bit hard, but. Okay, this one was not on the worksheet, although we have done a lot of them this chapter. But what shape is this? Let's start with that. This is a what?
Octagon.
No, the whole shape.
It's a pyramid.
Pyramid. Okay, more specifically,
Hexagonal.
it's a hexagonal pyramid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the pyramid formula, well, at the end it says this, but in the middle, where I have lateral area, in the middle column, it says that. Well, for the lateral area, it says this. Okay, this part you might have forgotten. How do we find the area of this base? 1/2 apostrophe perimeter. That wasn't on the worksheets we did yesterday. It actually kind of is up here. Right there, one of the base formulas. Okay, what's the apothem on this problem? 5.4. What is the perimeter? Yeah, 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6, or 6 times 6, 36. Okay, in this case, the base and the lateral area both have a perimeter. What did this little cursive L stand for? Slant height. That would be the 9 over there. I kind of like to use parentheses because I feel like it's easier to read than just putting dots. But you don't really need that on the calculator, but that's. Alright, anybody plug that in? No? Okay, number 4, cylinder, 5 cone. So actually on cylinders and cones, yeah, you can kind of skip this. I mean, you could do this if you wanted to, but really, it's, all the information's just right there for the total surface area column. So cylinders are 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. And cone, pi r squared plus pi r l. Cone is really simple for whatever reason. So yeah, these are a lot easier than the prisms and pyramids. Okay, so the radius on this one is 4. And the height is 7. That is it, just plug in 4 and 7. This one, the radius is 5. And the slant height again is 8. Can you tell what they're watching?
No. No, no, no.
Where are the speakers on this? Is this the speaker, I guess?
Yeah. It's like the, you see it on, they're definitely watching it on the top. If you draw a straight line down to on the outside on their edges, but just circle it out in this slant height, it's not gonna like
It's not gonna be a regular height.
Yeah. You don't need the regular height for surface area of the cone. You do need it for the volume.
So it'd just be 8, yeah, 8. Oh, you're down.
You actually could find the regular height. I'm not going to put this on this test. If you did Pythagorean theorem with 5 and 8, makes a little right triangle there. But our book didn't do that question.
you can make it bonus.
Could. Probably won't. But I might actually put a bonus though. Alright. I guess I could do this real quick. This is 16 times 2. This is like 32 pi plus 8 pi. It comes out as a nice 40 pi feet squared. I guess I didn't plug in the numbers over here. This would be 25 pi plus 40 pi equals 65 pi.
Always starts making so much more sense to me on the test.
Hmm?
Problems are so much easier on this than it is on the actual book. 'Cause it's easier to understand.
Yeah, the book tried to do more than this.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit of a mistake. Or maybe start with.
Understand everything the day before.
And I mean, there is kind of a lot going on over there, so getting it right up, like, especially for surface area.
It's basically just knowing what's in the formula. What you
Yeah.
just plug in.
Yeah. There's a lot to do on surface areas. The volumes were a lot simpler. I mean, look how tiny that little table is over there.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of volume, are you guys ready? Good to scroll here. There are more volume questions than surface area. But there are a few tricky ones too. Like there'll be you guys might have seen it when you walked in, a triangular prism. There's a trapezoidal prism. That kind of stuff. Okay, so what is this shape called, the whole thing? Pyramid. So, right there. Not a lot of info that they're giving us, or I'm giving you, maybe I should say. So that's all it says. What does this stand for? Base area. What is the base area? Yeah, 8 times 5. It's a rectangle. I guess I'll, okay, that's the base area. What's the height? 12, okay. You can see why volume is a lot easier. It's almost like just multiply the 3 numbers together and then times 1/3. That's basically 1/3 because it's a pyramid instead of a prism. That'd be 4 times 40, I believe that'd be 160. And this would be labeled inches cubed. Because that tells you how many little cubic inches. Cubic inch would be pretty tiny. It'd look about like this in real life. How many of those can fit inside the pyramid? That's kind of telling you how big it is. Okay.
Wait, oh, so the height is the 12.
Oh, yeah, Andrew, it's getting kind of crowded in here, so I just put it out there. Okay, 7, probably the easiest question on the test. How do you find the volume of a rectangular prism?
Base times height.
And how do we find the base?
6 times 3.
So it's just 6 times 3 times 20. Sometimes they call it for rectangular prism length times width times height. But you just multiply the 3 together. What do you get? Bippity boppity boo. Was it 360? Cubic meters. Okay, number 9 is going to give us some trouble. I think from years past, a lot of people get number 9 wrong. Number 8, almost everybody gets right. Just make sure you're using the volume formula, not the surface area formula. It's very large and kind of a mess. Man, I probably made a mistake. That's what I think it is.
The calculator will be able to do that for you, right?
Yeah. Somebody check me. Holy cow.
Down.
I still got it, folks. Why are a lot of people going to get number 9 wrong?
Look at it. Just
Okay, what is the base? Trapezoid. So the formula is not that helpful. It's just this. It's a trapezoidal prism. It is a prism. So this part is what's going to get us in trouble. How do I find the base area?
6 plus 12 divided by 2 times the height of the trapezoid.
Right. You guys remember this little sucker? It's not on the board. Remember that one? average of the bases times the height. I think I wrote it like this a lot of times, maybe with parentheses. I don't know, but yeah. So little h means the height of the trapezoidal base. Capital H right here means the height of the prism itself, which would be this one. So yeah, what she said was 6 plus 12 divided by 2 times 7 and maybe some of you memorized it the other way, like the book's version looked like this. I think maybe they put the H up here. I can't remember where they put the H.
Wait,
That would also work.
wait, why are we timesing it by 7? Because that's
The height of the trapezoid. This is just all of this right here is just the B value, just the trapezoid. And then the height of the prism is 8.
Oh.
Actually, if you get the 7 and 8 mixed around, you'll still get the right answer because order of multiplication doesn't matter. But that's how you do it. Let's see, that would be 9 times 56, 450 plus 54. 604?
504.
Oh, forgot what it says. Wait, okay. Piece of pie, that's what that's supposed to look like. Maybe if I made this red, it would look better. Or maybe if I put it down here. I don't know.
Oh, dude, this is so hard to draw.
Yeah. Took me a minute to draw this one. This one's kind of easy. I just did a right triangle, and then you just draw lines down like this, and they're all like the same length, and then you kind of connect them. Kind of sloppy. That's why I kept having to fix it. All the lines you draw down should be the same length. That's kind of the key to making it look good. Alright, anyways, so right there it says cones are 1/3 pi r squared h. It's a nice short one. So the radius is 5 and the height is 10. This one doesn't come out very nice. So I'm just going to leave it as a fraction. I guess we're doing meters here. Okay, so what's this shape called? Triangular prism. Okay. Basically a prism, you just take the triangle and like stretch it into the third dimension, like give it thickness, give it depth. So it's a triangle that's been stretched. That's what makes it a prism. So again, this is kind of like the third time we've used this formula. The formula is not super big, not too super helpful either, but how do I find big B here? Yeah, it's a triangle, and triangle areas are 1/2 little b times little h. Little b means the base of the triangle. So if I look around this shape, I see this is a 3, this is a 4, and this is a 5. So if it's a right triangle, that means 3 squared plus 4 squared should equal 5 squared, right? But what can I use for little b and little h? Little base, little height. 3 and 4. If I think of 4 as the base, like if I rotate this, if I think of this as the base, this would be the height, right? Or if I say that 3 is the base, then this 4 is the height. So you gotta use those. Yeah, if 4 is the base, 3 is the height. Or if 3 is the base, 4 is the height. So the 5 is not helpful for this. So it's 1/2 times 3 times 4.
So half 1/3.
Oh, sorry. It's a half. Okay, that's the area of the base. And what's capital H? 2. Height of the prism. Yeah. This one's easy. The 1/2 times 2 kind of cancels out, so it's just 12 cubic inches, which is not a cubic foot. A cubic foot would be 12 times 12 times 12 cubic inches. That's a lot. Okay. So a lot of people miss 11. I'd definitely say 9 is the most, in the volume section, number 9. But, yeah, we tend to do better in volumes, though. Okay, let's do a pyramid. What kind of pyramid? Let's do a. Let's do 2 more and then we'll call it good. Trying to game plan here a little bit. What kind of pyramid is that? Pentagonal.
Why? Does that have 8 sides? No. No, he's good. He's good. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to draw the height the way I drew this. Okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. Alright, let's do. I don't know, what numbers do we want? Let's throw in there 9 centimeters. And if that's 9, we'll call this 4. And we'll call this 5.2. It'll probably be somewhere decimal or something. Close. This is number 12. so for a volume of a cone, or sorry, pyramid, it's 1/3 base times height. So, how am I gonna find the area of this base? We've done one of these today already. Regular polygon base.
1/2 Potham times.
Right. So we can be a little more specific. We can say that's 1/2 Potham times perimeter times height. So the Potham is 4. What's the perimeter?
26.
5.2 plus 5.2 plus 5.2 times 5, yeah. We could change it to 26 if we wanted to. That's a little bit confusing looking. Maybe I'll use another parentheses. That's the perimeter. It is 26, yeah. And capital H is the height of the pyramid, so that will be 9.
Quiet, dude, come on. Oh.
Oh, I should have written that in red. Whoops. Okay. These kind of cancel out. That makes a 3. That makes a 2. That makes a 6. 6 times 26. 120 plus 36. 156. Centimeters cubed. Okay, I'm looking at one more pyramid. Let's just do that, and we'll call it good because it's another one of these. I'm not sure.
So there are not that many questions on the test,
No.
so if we mess up, we're done for.
Well, it depends on if you mess up and get it completely wrong, or if you mess up and get it partially wrong.
Don't mess up on them.
You can think of them more like essays, like the more you get right, the more points you get. Okay, back to work.
Oh.
You'll have an essay.
Okay, this is not working. Let me try this. It still doesn't look good. Okay, anyway, it's a pyramid with a triangular base. I'm trying to make it look good. Failing. No, that doesn't look right either. Way up here. How did they do it?
Oh.
Okay, let me study. There, that's probably good enough. You guys can use your imagination.
Wow.
Still doesn't look as good, but I'm ready to give up.
I didn't know.
I still haven't even drawn the height in. Let's go this way. I don't know. This is 10. Okay, so it's another pyramid. It's the same formula as this guy right here. 1/3 area of the base times the height. How are we gonna find the area of the base?
1/2, basically.
Yeah, it's another triangle. Here, let's kind of focusing on it. It's 1/2 base of the triangle times height of the triangle. What are we gonna use for base and height of the triangle? 6 and 8. So it's 1/2 times 6 times 8 for the base area. It's kind of like number, a couple problems ago, whatever number we're on. It was 14. But this is a pyramid instead of a prism. So there's a 1/3 in there. The height of the pyramid is 15. So it would be 2 times 5 is 10 times 8 is 80. I guess I didn't like what units cubed. We did a cylinder, right? Did I put up a cylinder? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm gonna add a cylinder on there. We did a cylinder in the surface area, but I want to do a volume cylinder. It's really short, don't worry. It'll be fast. Won't take me forever to draw it. You just draw an oval, lines down, bottom of an oval, dot around. Let's see. Oh, there's a trick on this one a little bit. It's a trick we've seen once today. Okay, so what's the trick? What's the radius gonna be? 10, yes, not 20. So kind of like number 1. 20 is going all the way across, that's called the diameter. We need to use 10 instead of 20. So this will be 100 times 25, 2,500 pi meters